as we mentioned earlier, first week of previews is wrapped. We're going to go into each of our favorites so far in every color, multicolor, and artifacts, which will include any colorless cards if there are any. Now, Scott and I both picked separately, so it was entirely possible that we picked some of the same cards. As it turns out, we didn't. So that seems interesting. Now,
well, we are not the same person. This is not surprising at all.
Since you won our last collector boosters opening mashup, I think it's only fair that you get to go first here.
Well, okay. I don't know if that's a prize or a punishment. Well, we'll see. So we're going to start with white, and the card that I have selected for white is Keeper of the Accord. 3 white casting cost, human soldier, a 3/4. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. At the beginning of each opponent's end step, if that player controls more lands than you may search your library for a basic plains card, put it in the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Holy moly, is this card white. I really like this card. I like, any white card that will let you ramp up some lands or, get some creatures into play when you're behind, I think is good. Mm-hmm. My favorite part about this card is that there's the words, each opponent's end step. If you're really behind, you can catch up really quick.
Well, yeah, the first thing I was thinking was that, maybe I actually want to go fourth if I'm playing this card.
Maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it does cost 4 to get out, but
sure.
I think that, and you know what? It's a 3/4 body. White can do a bit of sacrificing, so maybe you can, if you're like, oh look, I'm only ahead by, I'm even on creatures. Maybe I'll sack a guy so I can get a token, sack a token to get a token if you've got come into play effects. There's some cool things you could do with it.
Yeah, I like the choice here too. It's a soldier, so it slots into your soldier tribal decks, and it creates soldiers. So if you have something like Knight Captain of Eos, this fits with that. You can sack it to Fog for the turn. So keep creating those things. Again, sometimes in white, you're going to get far ahead in the number of creatures that you have on the battlefield. But if you do, then that's okay, because now you have the advantage as opposed to being behind.
Right.
And you're playing white, and you're just going to be behind on lands. I maybe don't play this in a Naya deck.
No.
Because we'll have ramped, but...
Right, you're probably not going to play it with green, but, I can see the white-black decks that I enjoy playing. This is a guy I'm going to take a look at.
Yeah, and and Mardu, and the ones that traditionally have trouble keeping up with the insanity on lands.
Or Boros. Boros.
Or Boros.
What do you have for white?
I have Archon of Coronation. Mm-hmm. So as we know, Monarch has made a return in Commander Legends. And Archon of Coronation is an Archon. It costs 6 for generic and 2 white for a 5/5 flyer, which puts it in the conversation already.
Mm-hmm.
When Archon of Coronation enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. Good enough, right? Play it. You're going to draw a card. As long as you're the Monarch, damage doesn't cause you to lose life.
Holy moly.
Right? There's not much more to say.
There really isn't.
Permofog while you're Monarch. And this is certainly going into a deck with you did this to yourself elements, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to play Mirror Strike. You're going to play, you're going to play Deflecting Palm or whatever. And people are going to want to try to attack you to get the Monarch away from, but guess what? Your life total doesn't change.
Yeah, I'm glad they put the reminder text on the bottom here.
Right.
Because I think people might be confused by that.
Right.
You don't lose the life, but you still take the damage, so you'll still lose the Monarch.
Right. Take damage, then the damage doesn't change your life total.
Yeah.
Which means things that trigger on the damage getting dealt still trigger. Like the Monarch.
Yep. No, this guy
But
is a. This guy's got a fat body, and it's white card draw, and this is going straight into my Brian Stoutarm deck. This card was made for my Brian Stoutarm deck.
yeah,
Can't wait to run this guy.
my thing here is, am I gonna just put it into my Queen Marchesa Long May She Reign deck, or am I gonna build a new Monarch deck around a bunch of the cards that have come out or going to come out in this set? Because Monarch is very, very saucy. If you saw Gavin Verhey's Good Morning Magic Wednesday or Thursday of last week, he talked about like it being, as soon as somebody suggested Monarch, that it was like, oh yeah, that's the perfect thing to put as one of the mechanics into this set.
Yeah, I have never not enjoyed a game where the Monarch was a thing. I think it.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about, and we even played a variant a couple of times, right?
Yeah.
Where First Blood gets the Monarch, and it's part of the game, and it has always driven interesting and compelling play of game once it's live.
Yeah, it's this cute little sub game that you get to play within the game, which is, you know what? I'm not going to worry about trying to win here. I'm just going to worry about not trying to keep the Monarch, which is going to help me win.
I mean, there's certainly going to be times when you don't want to be the Monarch.
Sure.
Right? If someone's in a sort of overwhelming board position compared to yours, you want to give that you want to let somebody else have that so that they can pick up the ticking time bomb.
Right.
that's about to come across.
You bet.
All right, two very spicy picks for white.